today. From Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Throwing now is Lock. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. From the gun, it's Lock. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A big connection on that one. 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Lock. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Azeez Ojulari. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Lock's throw taken in by Hockenson here. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 35-yard line. Lock now to throw. They set up the screen for Henry. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. And defensively, these corners struggled last week. They're struggling again here early on the opening drive.
And you know that was not unnoticed on tape. So when they saw their struggle last week, guaranteed they went right into the game plan, attack them early, see if they're going to play any better. And if not, you keep the pressure on them until things change.
And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 19 carries, 81 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
Henry again. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Now, the meeting we had with him this week, that's one of the briefer ones we've ever had, isn't it?
He wasn't too happy after last week.
Not happy. Really determined to play a whole lot better, and he really can't play a whole lot worse. He's got to go out and show the team that the goods that he exhibited early are still there. Otherwise, he could lose the confidence that they have in him.
They're hoping to get rid of that interception bug.
These two teams met in Nashville earlier in the year with the Titans coming away victorious. So a win here in Nashville would give them the season series.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Haynes. He finds his man, complete. It's Howell. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Fisher. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Quinn Miners, third-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Looking to throw. Haynes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. A huge play there for Houston.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
And the Texans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass.
Back to throw. Haynes looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, you got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Looking to throw. Haynes. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
This Titan defense, they just will not give in easily. Looking for another stop, 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's in for the score. And his spectacular season continues as he ties the NFL touchdown record.
He is phenomenal.
Point after, right down the middle.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive.
And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals, the fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much, do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
On second down, it's Henry. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, Week 8 to be exact. And it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one, so now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville. Derrick Henry. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jack.
Touchdown, Titans! Jalen Waddle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Here's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Off play action. Haynes. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10, Haynes. Over the middle, complete. It's Fisher. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Haynes. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Off the play fake. Haynes. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Block off a play action. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. Hunter Nicewander on to punt now on 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at about the 28. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First down, Haynes. And a quick throw here that's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And he is going to have a Texans first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Throwing on first down, Haynes. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Titans are going to get the football here at their own 23. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Gets through, and now an opening. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 42 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you. Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off. When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down. And nobody leaked. Big play. Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down at 4. They'll try the right side with Henry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Azeez Ojulari able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
The crossbar bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was the crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
And now out comes Houston. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to...
A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. Touchdown, Houston. Up. Big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. A 1,000-yard campaign in his sights, Charles, but needs a little bit of a kick here down the stretch to reach it.
And sometimes at this stage of the season, you're looking for that extra goal, right? That extra motivation to accomplish what you want, not just as a team, but as individuals. He's got to stretch a little bit to get there. That might be what they're talking about during the practice sessions, in their meetings. Hey, we can still get this done. Let's go ahead and feed him the ball.
And the offensive line, I'm sure they're well aware of where he stands as well.
They are, and I think for them, it would be an even better accomplishment to get there now because it seems like a little bit of a reach.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Lock's throw is taken in by Waddle. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 first downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find...
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, as the first half is winding down. And the Titans have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it ends with a Tennessee score. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half 2 after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Looking to throw. Haynes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Titans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Tough one there. First drive of the 3rd quarter, throwing interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Off the option, here's Henry. Shelling through the defense, and he's going to get this inside the 30. 67 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They look to throw. It's Locke. That's going to be caught by Waddle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Here's Locke to throw. Another catch there for Waddle. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Now Locke. Open man is Michael Thomas. And the Titans are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays the game. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of dash, but plenty of production.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. And he is is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1 yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Henry. And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Well, Houston's offense taking over again. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose.
And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off near his own 48. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he's got this down to the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Clock now on first down. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the interception by the Titans D leads to a touchdown. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Houston set to take over. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get
a leap, and he's got it. He got it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Now, look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in a cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Buying time to his left. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And got his man. It's caught.
Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans cut into that lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter.
They'll start with the option.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out, and the Texans scoop it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And now it appears we got a man shaken up, and that looks to be quarterback Drew Locke. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Following the fumble recovery, Haynes. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake, third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw. Haynes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. And now before this 4th and 2 play comes to fruition, they're going to think about it and call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
To throw on second down. Haynes firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Texans. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Tennessee offense set to go again.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Off the option, here's Henry.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
On second down, here's Fromm. That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A first down carry for Henry. Stops shy of the 45 despite some powerful running. A gain of 3, second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Fromm.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Here's Fromm to throw.
To the right side and complete to Thomas.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
They'll throw on first down with Fromm.
There again is Thomas. They've gone to him a lot.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing is Fromm.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. 82 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Looking to throw from.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Titans are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And the result in the end, a Titans touchdown. Nwangu now from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
He's going to take another shot here. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
And he whips that one incomplete there. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Haynes. And he comes back with one complete. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Haynes. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Haynes. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Haynes. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Titans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Henry again on 2nd down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 93 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Titans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Next
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A drive there of just 4 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and now the football is going to go over, already being placed at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 6 from the 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
The Titans go victory formation as they take a knee. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.